Hey, Fit Fam, welcome to Diet Free Fat Loss with Coach Fit Pro J. Tonight, I'm going to show you 5 of the biggest nutrition challenges and how to overcome them. On I Don't Know, Ask Jay, we'll talk about what to do to stop running out of energy in a long workout and how long your workouts should be. We'll also talk about that. At the end of the show, I'm going to share with you how to get tonight's bonus. And we're back. Sorry about those technical difficulties. I'm just going to start this over. Welcome to Diet Free Fat Loss with Coach Fit Pro J. That's me. Tonight, we're going to talk about 5 of the biggest nutrition challenges and how to overcome them. On I Don't Know, Ask Jay, we're going to talk about what to do to stop running out of energy in a long workout. And we'll also discuss how long you should be working out for. And stick around because at the end of tonight's show, I'm going to share with you how to get tonight's bonus. I got a good show for you guys tonight. But before I get into anything, for those of you that don't know me, hi, I'm Coach Fit Pro J. I'm your diet-free fat loss specialist. I've been there, done that, and now help others do the same. I help people frustrated with the cycle of dieting, break the cycle, get results, and never diet again. So if you'd like to connect with a coach that talks the talk and walks the walk, hit the Learn More button at the top of my page or go to fitproj.com and connect with me there. All right, now that we have that out of the way, we have a lot of content to cover tonight on tonight's show. But before we get into any of it, I wanted to know, what's your biggest nutrition challenge? You know, what is the biggest thing that hinders your way to do nutrition correctly? What's your biggest nutrition challenge? Hit me up in the comments section and let me know. I want to know what your biggest nutrition challenge is. Even if you're catching this on the replay, put it in the comments section and I will interact with you. I want to know what your biggest nutrition challenge is. Please let me know. Before we do get into the 5 biggest nutrition challenges and how to overcome them, I wanted to mention a few things. Okay. One of those things is that many coaches and diet programs don't focus enough on solving the real food problems that prevent people from getting results. What I mean by that is typically a coach or diet program, they treat the symptoms instead of the root cause. And if you don't treat the root cause, you're just going to always have the symptoms all the time. So you need to get at the root cause of the problem and solve it so you don't have any symptoms. So again, many coaches and diet programs don't focus enough on solving the real problems. Okay. The other thing that I wanted to mention as well is that a lot of coaches and diet programs, they don't help people build the fundamental skills they need to sustain any changes that they make. That's why a lot of people yo-yo up and down. You know, it kind of reminds me of give somebody a fish, they'll eat for a day. Teach somebody how to fish and they'll eat for a lifetime. On fitness terms, give someone a diet and they'll lose weight in the short term or get short-term results. But if you teach someone the skills they need to sustain change, they will make results for life. Okay. So what you want to do is look for a coach that treats the root cause of the problem and also a coach that helps you build the skills needed to keep your results for the long term as well. So remember those 2 things when you shop around for a coach. Luckily, you guys don't have to look too far because I'm right here. I can help you out with all that. So if you're just joining us now, I asked a question. I would like to know what your biggest nutrition challenge is. Let me know what your biggest nutrition challenge is. What challenges you for nutrition? What do you have difficulty with? I'd like to know. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and get into the 5 biggest nutrition challenges and how to overcome them. I have My favorite nutrition challenge that I have or have had in the past and do have from time to time is that I have a serious sweet tooth. Okay. So, five of the biggest nutrition challenges and how to overcome. This is number one, and this is happens to be mine too. I have a serious sweet tooth. All right. So, there is food out there with an irresistible combination of sugar, fat, and salt. All right. These foods have been engineered on purpose to taste good and to be addictive, to make you want them. Okay, they even have a term for them. These foods are what you call hyper palatable. Okay, it's this combination, a secret formula that these companies use of sugar, fat, and salt. This ratio that just makes some of these foods irresistible or hyper palatable. Okay, that's the first thing that you got to understand that happens uh, in order to stay away from things that you should stay away from. The other thing is, if it's in your house or possession, you'll eventually eat it. That's how I overcome and help other clients overcome. Or one of the strategies I help clients overcome this having a serious sweet tooth is if you have it in your house or possession, you'll probably eat it. All right. So next time you go visit the grocery store to go shopping, buy some fruit, experiment, buy some different fruit. There's so many different sweet fruits out there, grapes, pineapple. I mean, you name it, there's so many different ones. All right. So when next time you go to the grocery store, try to buy some fruit for dessert instead of reaching and grabbing those chocolate chip cookies or brownies or other things that you probably shouldn't be having. So that's one thing that you can do if you have a serious sweet tooth, okay, to overcome that is make sure that you don't have it in your possession or in the house, because if it's not, you won't eat it. This also applies to healthy food, by the way, because if you do have healthy food in the house and there's nothing else, you'll eventually eat that as well. So, on the flip side, it works that way as well. So if you have a serious sweet tooth, make sure you just don't have it in your house. All right, that's how to overcome number one. And if you guys are just joining us, again, if you are on the replay, I asked the question. I'd like to know, what's your biggest nutrition challenge? Even if it's the replay, let me know what's your biggest nutrition challenge. I am going to hit me up in the comment section. Let me know. Let's interact here. I'm going to get into number two of the five biggest nutrition challenges that people have. Number two, I can't stop stress eating, or I can't stop emotionally eating. Okay. Uh, this is pretty common. You know, this is a typical part of a pattern of behavior that's triggered by a specific situation or experience, thought or feeling, or even a smell. Okay. So if you can't stop stress eating or emotional eating, you got to look for that trigger. Okay. For example, say for instance you're walking down the street or anywhere where you're at and you get this whiff of this fresh baked apple pie or something that you crave. That can be a trigger, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're at the store or you're baking one yourself. So you want to that's an example of a trigger. Another trigger could be, for example, on Sunday nights, when you're dreading the start of the new week, you that could possibly be a trigger to make you stress eat. Okay, another example or of a trigger to have you emotional eat or stress eat is say after you bumped into your ex for the first time after you guys broke up. That could be a trigger for some people to emotionally eat or stress eat. um, the way to do that is kind of, I guess, stay away from wherever your ex is going to be. But another example would be when you're sitting in the office, it's late afternoon, and you're kind of hungry. It's not time to go home yet, and there's still some cupcakes left in the break room. That could be another trigger for you to emotionally eat or stress eat. It's a situation that you're in. The cupcakes are there. They're there. Just like number one, if it's not in your house or around you, in your possession, you won't eat it. But if it is, you probably will. And that's an example of a trigger as well. So I can't stop stress or emotional eating. It's typically a pattern of a behavior. You'll see a trigger that happens. How do you overcome this? Okay, so if you can identify the trigger, you can disrupt the pattern of behavior and make different choices. Okay, there's different strategies to do so. After you identify the emotional and or stress eating trigger, then you can apply a step-by-step strategy to build alternative actions and do something else. There are so many different strategies to go. It just depends on the situation you're in and what that trigger happens to be. That will put you on the correct path to utilize a step-by-step strategy to build alternative action so that you're not uh, acting on that trigger. Instead of acting on that trigger and eating something that you shouldn't, maybe you do something else. Okay, there are many strategies to employ depending on what the trigger is, and a nutrition coach like myself can guide you through that. I do have nutritional coaching services, by the way. If you are interested, all you have to do is go to fitprojcoaching.com/let's connect. Little brief, little couple of questions, and then you can get with me via email or a video call to discuss what's going on. But anyhow, so that's number two. You can't stop emotional eating. You got to identify that trigger. And after you identify that trigger, you can go ahead and strategize a step-by-step strategy to make different choices instead. All right. So that's number two and the five of the biggest nutrition challenges that people generally have and how to overcome it. All right. If you are just joining us again, I'd like you to let me know what your biggest nutrition challenge is. What troubles you with your nutrition? What's your biggest challenge as far as nutrition is concerned? Hit me up in the comments section. Again, even if this is the replay. Now I am going to get into number three of the five biggest nutrition challenges and how to overcome them. Let me see. Number three, I eat too quickly. I eat too quickly. This is usually a guy problem. Not to say that women or girls don't have this problem as well, which they do. I've had clients that are women that do, but this is usually a guy problem usually. All right, the act of consciously slowing down, even just taking a breath or two in between bites at first, it can help you eat less without feeling deprived. Okay. So actually slowing down your eating, okay, is huge. You can do this with any food at any time. It doesn't matter. It's powerful. Just slow down when you eat. Take a few breaths in between bites. Put your fork down. Okay. Slow down your eating. You will feel less deprived. It's incredibly effective. Okay. Especially when you're indulging like a cheat meal or so. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and I will repin to the top as well the how to cheat cheat sheet. The how to cheat cheat sheet, I'll repost that at the top of the group. Uh, if you're not a member of that group, it's the private Facebook group, Nutrition Boot Camps for All. That's my private Facebook group. Go ahead and join that group. I'm going to I'll repin the how to cheat cheat sheet, which is going to give you instructions on how to eat slowly. There's a couple of extra pieces of information in there that are very valuable for you to use as well. So I eat too quickly. Okay. You just have to slow down your eating. Slow down your eating. You won't feel so deprived. And like I said, you can use it with any food at any time. You guys can start using that right away with your next meal. All right. So that is number three in the five best reasons or the five biggest reasons why people have issues with nutrition or the biggest nutrition challenges. So we are on number three of five of the biggest nutrition challenges and how to overcome them. And I want to know what your biggest nutrition challenge is. Hit me up in that comment section. What's your biggest nutrition challenge? I already told you mine is I have a serious sweet tooth, and we already went over number one, how to overcome that. Now we come to number four, okay, of the five biggest nutrition challenges and how to overcome them. All right, let's see. Number four, I don't plan meals. Okay, I don't plan meals. A lot of people don't have time. We're going to talk about it in the next one, but I don't plan meals. If you don't plan meals, serious improvement in this area. It may not be as time consuming and complicated as you may think or as it sounds. Okay. Um, think about meal planning on a continuum. Okay. On one end, you put zero thought into meal planning at all. It's not even on your brain. You don't think that's it. You don't think about it at all. On the other end of that meal planning continuum, okay, is somebody that prepares their meals and everything for the whole week ahead of time, and everything's all prepped and done. They just reach in the refrigerator, grab and go. Okay. So think about meal planning on a continuum. On one end, putting zero thought into it, it's not even a thought in your brain. And on the other end of the continuum, you prepare everything for the whole week and you're done with your meal prep in a day. All right. So you don't have to do that, but think of it like that. Okay. And if you think of meal planning on a continuum, you got all that stuff in the middle. Okay. So do a little better than you are now. Do a little bit better than you are now. For example, at a drive-through, because you don't meal plan, right? In the morning, you're gonna probably hit the drive-through or on the way home. So at the drive-through in the morning, replace that croissant with a whole grain muffin. Just make a better choice. Just make a better choice. The dessert in a cup you usually get, let's scratch that and order a regular coffee, with a single cream and some sugar. Just make a better choice. So just by doing that little effort is going to get you a little bit further. Okay. At the next level, you would continue to refine your choices and ease yourself into healthy eating. And there's so many different ways to do it. All these little small the changes that you think are really, really small actually add up to huge changes over time, which ultimately equals results. So just, you don't plan your meals. Next time you go to that drive through, just make some better choices. Make better choices. Most people know what better choices are. They just don't do it. Either because they think that that little choice isn't going to do anything for them. So they just say all or nothing. But trust me, make those small little choices. They add up over time, and that equals big things, which, it equals results over time. All right. Again, a nutrition coach like myself can also help guide you in making better choices as well. All right. Again, we are talking about 5 of the biggest nutrition challenges and how to overcome them. And we just went over number 4. I don't plan meals. Before I get into number 5, I wanted to make sure that you guys put in the comment section what your biggest challenges with nutrition are. Okay. What are your biggest challenges with nutrition? Hit me up in the comment section. Number 5 of 5. Okay. Number 5 of 5. I don't have time to prepare meals. I hear this all the time. I don't have time to prepare meals. People are busy. You know, Again, think about meal planning on that continuum and do better than you are now. Okay. So if you can make just one extra meal, okay, you'll be taking a positive action to change your behavior to improve your health. Okay. Just one meal. For example, at dinner time, make yourself some extra portions that you could eat for lunch the next day. So say you're making some chicken and maybe sweet potato or rice and a veggie. You know, make extra. Make an extra portion of each of those things so that you can put it together and bring with you the next day to work. Okay. Just by doing that, what you're going to end up doing is instead of going to the drive-through, um, or eating something that's unplanned that you normally shouldn't eat. A lot of convenience foods are, not good for you. Just because you made that, you're cooking anyway, dinner. Once you make that extra portion, you can go ahead and just pack it up for the next day. And there's one meal all done planned for. If you do that 5 times a day, I'm at 5 times a week, there's 5 meals that you just took care of right there, that you made better choices with. Yeah, it makes a huge deal. Another example or another thing that you can do, in the morning, a lot of people or a lot of my clients have smoothies. Okay. I do myself too. It's very convenient when you're rushing around, but make a double size smoothie in the morning when you make your original smoothie to drink right then. Split it into 2. Then you have another smoothie ready to go for later in the day. Okay. So if in the morning, that's another 5 meals that you didn't hit the drive through or make a poor convenience meal choice with. So in the morning, if you make a double smoothie, you can go ahead and split it into 2. You have another meal throughout the day. And then if you made that dinner last night, you created an extra portion and you packed it up for lunch the next day. There's 2 meals that you already planned for 5 times a week, 2 meals a week. There's 10 meals all set that you're ready to go with. all right, that you didn't make bad choices. That stuff adds up over time. It adds up. And that all equals results. Okay, results. So if you don't have time to plan meals, you might think about making a double smoothie in the morning so that you have two for the day. And then it keeps very well. And then the other thing is, if you make extra portions at dinner, you can go ahead and pack it up for lunch the next day. All set. You don't have time to prepare meals. That's how you overcome that. Okay. Now, tonight, we have my bonus is free nutrition challenge advice. So, what I want to know, again, I've been asking this whole time, what's your biggest nutrition challenge? I want to know what your biggest nutrition challenge is. And what's going to happen is I'll explain further the bonus and how it's going to work after this towards the end of this broadcast. Okay, so I'm going to give out some free nutrition challenge advice. I want to know what your challenge is, and I'll go ahead and give you some custom advice for yourself. All right. But before I get into the next segment, I don't know, ask Jay. I'm going to go ahead and hit up the comments section to see what we got going on here. All right. Kelly says, portion control. Yes, yes, portion control. All right, let's see. We're going to get into this next segment. So, this next segment I call, I don't know, Ask Jay. I don't know, Ask Jay. I do need some more questions for I don't know, Ask Jay. So, if there are any nutrition or fitness related questions that you'd like to ask me about, please put them in the comments section, or you could go ahead and direct message me right here on Facebook, however way you'd like to do that. And your question may show up on one of these next broadcasts. So I have a few questions for you now. Okay, a couple of questions on I don't know, Ask Jay. Let's get into this first one. I always seem to lose energy at the end of a long workout. What can I do? All right, so to answer this question, first, you should make sure you're eating an adequate pre-training meal or smoothie. So what you want to do is eat a normal size meal, complete with protein, carbs, and fat, about 2 to 3 hours before your workout. Okay. The other thing you could do, or you could have a smaller meal that's easier to digest, about a meal or smoothie that's easier to digest about 45 to 60 minutes before you work out. Okay. So the first thing you need to do is make sure that you're eating adequate pre-training meal or smoothie. The second thing is what you can do so that you don't lose energy at the end of a long workout is sip on essential amino acids or branched chain amino acids during your workout. Um, protein is broken up into protein is broken up into 20 amino acids. So amino acids are just parts of protein. Okay, there are 20 amino acids to make up a complete protein. There are 9 essential amino acids. Essential amino acids, all that means is they're amino acids that your body cannot make or produce. They can't make it. You have to get it from outside sources, okay? And you get that from the food you eat because, again, there's 20 amino acids in a complete protein. So when you're eating chicken breast, you're getting 9 of those essential amino acids as part of the 20, all right? So essential amino acids, there are 9 of them, and they are something that your body cannot make. You have to take them from an outside source. And you could purchase essential amino acids on Amazon or your local health food store and just drink that during your workout. The other thing that you can have is branched chain amino acids or BCAAs. There are 3 branched chain amino acids, and those 3 branched chain amino acids are actually part of the 9 essential amino acids. So those branched chain amino acids are essential, but you're only getting 3 of the 9 essential amino acids. So branched chain amino acids, there are 3. The point of this is when you sip EAAs or BCAAs during your workout, it will help you get through the workout, and it will help that low energy. It will help against muscle wasting. It will improve your performance versus not having anything at all. So that's the second thing you could do besides making sure you're eating an adequate pre-training meal or smoothie. You can, this is the second thing you could do. You can sip on EAAs or BCAAs during the workout to, curb that lack of energy, if you will. There's a third thing that you can do as well. The third thing that you can do, okay, is about three quarters, a half of three quarters into your workout, you can start sipping a quick digesting protein. Okay. A quick digesting protein would be some sort of protein isolate. Okay. Pea protein isolate is fine, or rice protein isolate if you're vegan. If you want to do dairy based, whey protein isolate or whey protein concentrate. Isolate is a little bit lighter when you're working out. So I probably stick to an isolate. Uh, but go ahead and start sipping on an isolate type of protein powder about three quarters of the way into your workout. And that will also help you from losing energy at the end of a long workout. So those are three things that you can do for that. Okay. Excellent. Okay. I'm just looking at these comments. Okay. Adamus. Okay. Long time no see. Getting creative with food, having options. Yes. I believe I'm going to get into some of that in one of these broadcasts. Excellent. Okay. So now I have another question on, I don't know, Ask Jay. Okay. That question is, how long should I work out for? How long should I work out for? Well, it depends on your goal, fitness level, as well as the type of training and intensity that you're working out at. Okay. I'm going to pull up this infographic to show you so we could talk about this. Okay, here we go. How long should I work out for? Let me get this out of the way for you guys so you can see it better. Okay, this is from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC. How much activity do I need? All right, moderate intensity or aerobic activity, so some sort of cardio. You want about 150 minutes a week. You have 1, 2, 3, so 5 days a week, 30 minutes each time. So at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic activity, 30 minutes of moderate intensity of aerobic activity 5 days a week. So 30, 30, 30, and 30, and 30. That's 150 minutes. The other thing that you want to do is 2 full body strength training sessions. So according to the CDC, how much activity or how long do you need to work out for? Again, it just depends on your activity level, your intensity of training, and your fitness level, all of those things. But the CDC gives this. Okay. And if you are tight on time, let me get this out of the way. If you are tight on time during the week, start with just 5 minutes a day. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Then you're at 25. You got to start somewhere. The point is just start. Just start. Okay. Excellent. Let me go ahead and remove this from the screen. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to mention, do you wonder if your workouts are put together efficiently? Okay. Do you also wonder if you're missing anything important in your workout? If you do need help with program design, another service that I offer is virtual personal training. Okay. And if this is something you're interested in, you can direct message me here on Facebook, or you can also connect with me at fitproj.com/let's connect. Okay. Excellent. I am going to run through the recap and then talk to you about tonight's bonus. So if you're just joining us, we talked about the 5 biggest nutrition challenges and how to overcome them. On, I don't know, Ask Jay, we talked about what to do to stop running out of energy at the end of a long workout, and also how long your workout should be. All right. And again, if there are any nutrition or fitness related questions that you'd like to ask me about, go ahead and put it in the comments section. I'm gonna check them out, and I will put them on the next broadcast, on one of these next broadcasts, and answer your question. All right. Again, even if this is the replay, I want to know, are there any nutrition or fitness related questions that you'd like to ask me about? Okay. On to this week's bonus. This week's bonus. Let's discuss your biggest nutrition challenge. And the way this is going to work is what I would let, if you are interested in free nutrition challenge advice, or I want to know your biggest nutrition challenge and we can discuss it, okay, and I can help you out a bit. All right, you have to go to fitprojcoaching.com/let's connect. Fitprojcoaching.com/let's connect. When you go there, there's a very short form. I just need you to tell me what your biggest challenge is and whether you would like to correspond via email or do a video call to discuss it. It's totally up to you guys. This is tonight's bonus, okay? Free nutrition challenge advice. Go to fitprojcoaching.com/let's connect. Fill out the very short form. Let me know what your nutrition challenge is. And then also let me know if you would like your answer via email or if you'd like to video chat with me. Either or I'm fine with. Okay, that is tonight's bonus. That is the end of the show. That's the end of the show. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Coach Fit Pro J. All right. I'm your diet-free fat loss specialist. I've been there, done that, and now help others do the same. I help people frustrated with the cycle of dieting, break the cycle, get results, and never diet again. If you'd like to connect with a coach that talks the talk and walks the walk, hit the learn more button at the top of my page or go to fitprojcoaching.com and connect with me there. Remember, Fit Fam, keep it simple, keep it moving, and keep it real, especially when it comes to your fitness. See you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at facebook.com/FitProJCoaching. Thanks, guys. See you next week.